Hello, thank you for taking the time out today to learn more about fire safety and the role you can play in preventing fires in your home. Did you know the 3 leading causes of fires in Michigan are smoking, cooking, and electrical? The role you can play in preventing smoking fires is by discarding of used ash and cigarettes in a proper container. And for cooking fires, make sure that you're not cooking when you're drowsy or when you're impaired. Keep your stove and oven area clean of combustible material. Don't use it for storage of other things. When it comes to electrical fires, we don't want to overload sockets. We want to make sure that any type of extension cord that's used in the home is not run underneath carpet or rug areas where we could wear down the cord itself. The most common areas for fires to start in the home are the bedroom, the living room, and the kitchen area.
So now that we've talked about some housekeeping measures, let's talk about when you go to sleep at night. So we urge you to close the door before you doze. What that means is if it's you or anybody else living in your apartment, we want to make sure before you go to sleep that you shut your door and their door and any other door in your apartment. These doors act as fire barriers between you and the fire wherever it may be in your apartment or outside of your apartment. They act as fire barriers from the fire itself and smoke and airflow for that fire to travel throughout that apartment. If you are sleeping and you encounter a fire in your building or in your apartment, we urge you to try and get out as quickly as possible and call 911 to report the fire. If you find that the fire is outside of your apartment, you enter into the hallway, don't try and go for the elevator. The elevator will automatically recall to the first floor. If you are unable to get yourself out via the stairwell, you have 2 options. Number 1, you can go back into your apartment and shelter in place. Or number 2, go to the opposite end of the fire doors, which you'll find down midway through each hallway going into the main corridors of that level of the building. If you're going to stay sheltered in place into your apartment, either go into your bedroom, shut the door, and put a towel underneath the door to prevent airflow into your room and from smoke entering into your room, and call 911 from your bedroom. Or go out onto your balcony and try to call for help from your balcony. If you see firefighters outside, don't be alarmed if we don't come to you right away. Just make sure we have your attention. Initially responding to the incident, you may only have 3 to 4 firefighters, and the staffing might dictate that we're fighting the fire at a different area in the building before we can get to you.
Many of you watching today may have medical pendants or pull stations in your apartments. Those are used to help call 911 if you are unable to reach a phone to call 911. They will use a third-party company that will call 911 for you. Our preferred way to call 911 is through your phone. That way they can get the proper resources that you need responding in a timely manner. Lastly, let's talk about slips, trips, and falls. These types of injuries are preventable. We can do that by removing large rugs in common areas or cords lying across the ground. That'll help save you a trip to the hospital. Thank you.